Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast tournament in review. Games Workshop has decided to remove one of the coolest looking miniatures from their range. It just happens to be my favorite miniature in the entire drukhari range. The almighty Tantalus goes into Legends and has turned this tournament in review into an homage of my favorite unit. Let's begin.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to the tournament in review. So Games Workshop turned the Tantalus into a legendary unit. Now, I had built a list with 2 Tantalus to go to a team event in Canada. 8-person teams, 12 teams, it's like 100 people. It was awesome. And I was like, yeah, let's try this fun list. And then halfway through the week, 2 days before the tournament, boom, removed from the MFM, removed from the app. I was so sad. And if you're a Dark Eldar player, you should be sad and angry as well, because so many of us have built, painted, or even haven't even gotten to the building and painting part of these models. So let's go to the event. Let's play 3 games. I get to play the wonderful Tantalus. I have 2 of them in my list, and let's see how they do on their last outing. And here it is in all its glory, 2,000 points of Tantalus. Ah, it looks so cool. I finally had gotten this one ready. The one that Dustin Henshaw gave me from the Stutter Scrub. And his Archon Sepsis, made it into the battle. So I painted him up. I got him all ready to rock and roll as well. Gave him a blast pistol and everything. I decided to have a little bit of fun with it. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a competition. The Tantalus and the Archons are in competition. And I'm going to keep track of basically who kills the more stuff, who dies the fastest. And they're basically going to compete to see who's cooler, Archon Skari or Archon Sepsis, and which of their Tantali is the most supreme one. I'm running Sky Splinter Assault, so we've got Archon Skari and a Court of the Archon. I've got a unit of 10 Cabalite Warriors, Urien Rakarth, and Lilith Hesprax. I do have 10 witches in the army as well. A Beast Pack, because if you don't have a Beast Pack, you are missing out. And unit of 5 Incubi, 2 Venoms and double cannons, 2 units of 5 Mandrakes, 1 unit of 5 Scourge with 4 Haywire Blasters, 2 Tantalus, and the Void Raven Bomber to finish it off with D-sides and missiles. Now, the aim of the list is to try and score as many points as possible. There's a lot of shooting and decent close combat, a lot of mortal wound potential because the Tantalus can charge and do mortal wounds. I am playing on WTC tables though, which makes the Tantalus very hard to move. So that's something for you kids. However, that's it. It's going to be the last run. Let's go to the event. Play 3 games against 3 awesome opponents at Torchlight. And it's tournament day here at Torchlight. The inside is massive. It's a 12 team, 8-person event. It's like 100 people at the new location. Looking forward to a day of gaming. You come in, massive location. And you haven't even checked out the gaming hall yet. And then into the gaming hall, where we're gonna be playing. Look at how big this is. I'm not. And there's also like extra space in here too. Like, I know Torchlight went through like this renovation phase where they just had a whole bunch. There's like an airbrushing like area station back here. It's really cool. They went through a lot of hurdles to get this place up and running, but they're sort of like such a massive just hobby center. It's pretty cool. And it's tournament day here with Stutter Scrub folks, and we're at Torchlight playing James and his Death Guard. It's Ritual, it's Mission End, Crucible Ritual. He's got Land Raider, Predators, he's got a bunch of Plague Marines, a couple of Carnivores. I ended up rolling to go first, and of course, it's the last run of the Tantalus that sadly got put into Legends, but I just wanted to show how cool they look on the table. That's right, playing them on WTC. I am crazy, but I wanted to have some fun, so let's do this as we move into turn 1 of round 1. End of the game. It was a 13-7. I was able to basically create like all my little objectives and just essentially move block all the, just send little crap in the way, beast back in the first wave, then the second wave. And guess what? Both Tantalus survived. Yeah, good job. I actually made lots of saves on the Tantali. This one is 11 wounds. That one's full wounded. So I guess in the competition of the Tantalus, Archon Skari's Tantalus has taken more damage so far. So right now Archon Sepsis is winning the that like ego war. Okay, so with that, let's go into round number 2. Okay, if you're keeping track, it's Archon Sepsis 1, Archon Skari 0. Okay, so right now Sepsis is winning in the competition. We're playing the second round. I get to play against double Mutalith Vortex Beast Magnus, double Zangor, double Cultists, 4 Rubric Marines with 3 Infernal Monsters and Naraban. Just a bunch of cult of magic stuff. Exciting times. Wish me luck as we go into the second round into Chimera Gaming. Shout out to Chimera Gaming, who is a great store in Kitchener, Waterloo, Ontario. So check them out. Okay, end of the game. Both Tantalus still alive. Archon Skari alive. Sepsis is dead. I did win the game, 16-4. It is Purge. It's actually a lot easier to play Purge than most people think with Dark Eldar because you can kind of control the pace of the game. The Bomber on this map flew up and did like 4, 6, 4, and 4. Did like almost 20 mortal wounds with his bomb. That does not happen very often. It happened this game and put a really big, just killed a bunch of the Rubrics and the Zangors back here. And then it died instantly to a couple of Doom Bolts. But, you know, that is what it is. So, with that, Archon Skari 1, Sepsis 1. There's a tiebreaker for their little competition in the last game of the day. And it's the final game against a Cursed Cultist Chaos Spam. Well, not Chaos Spam. It's just Pack-Bound Zealots on Take and Hold and Search and Destroy. Awesome. And, of course, I got my Tantali last game that I get to run them at an event. So let's see if I can get them destroyed and murdered and exploded. Oh, that'd be so fun. And then we got the Archons. We're just having a great time. Ready to play GTA 40K. So, yeah, get them. Yeah, get them. Let's go. Okay, so we're just finishing up deployment here. Last run of the Tantalus. Let's see if they either die super fast or continue to survive like the bosses that they are. Just going off into legend status. And then we'll go back to the studio and I'll talk a little bit about it. And I really want to talk about like models that end up going into legends, you know, how it feels and, you know, what are some things you can kind of do to not necessarily protect yourself against it, but like, you know, how do you stop feeling sad? Okay, so let's go into the game. And it's the end of the game. Oh, I lost 11-9, so 9 for me, 11. But we have a verdict. Sepsis, Archon Sepsis, failed in 2 consecutive games. The first Shadowfield save he had to make. Boom. And as Tantalus was the first to die, Archon Skari still kicking it at the end of the game. So we have a winner. Of course, it has to be Archon Skari. Yeah, he won. Good job. He gets all the props and the glory when we get back to the Dark City. But you can tell here, it was very hard for me to deal with these are Cursed Cultists that swung around this way. I dealt with the 1 break. It was the 2nd break that got me. I really like there was a Stalker in the list, and having 8 OC just going everywhere was very, very strong. And then Orion failed a 7-inch charge to jump in and kill the little dude that gives him an invul save. If that would have done, then I probably would have tried to kill him at the end. I just got Cull the Horde. No, I redrew into Cull. A full brick. There's just not enough damage in my list to deal with it. So let's go to the studio and we'll talk about the glory of the Tantaluses and how they will be legends. And there we have it. The team scored 3rd place. That's right. We came in 3rd. We drew both 2 rounds and we won 1 round, which was intense. However, Tantalus did awesome. I had so much fun. Everybody came up to me throughout the event. A lot of folks came up to me and were like, so sad that they're going to Legends and like, this is a cool model and too bad the Games Workshop stiffed you and all that stuff. But another one for the shelf. Let's go over the list and give the Tantalus the proper farewell that it deserves. And we're back. I had 3 great games. Oh, the Tantalus. I cannot say how sad I am to see them go. Like, honestly, this kit is one of the coolest kits that Games Workshop has ever made. This Tantalus kit is gorgeous. It just oozes drukhari, oozes Dark Eldar, and it's just one of those things that, like, yes, I understand a lot of things are going into Legends and whatnot. It's just so sad to see it go. And hopefully, like, there's been some hope that maybe we get it in plastic, but who knows. Basically, this list is not going to be like legal for tournament play. So I'm not going to go into too much about it. However, I will say that I will continue playing my Tantalus in like pickup games and fun games, and I'll also continue to play it in things like Crusades and other narratives, and even in Apocalypse. So that's kind of like where I'm going to leave it. The list composition was great. I even tested this list like 2 or 3 times before I submitted my list for the event, against like New Eldar and against like Chaos, and like really good results. I said, oh, there's actually something cool here I could take to like RTTs and win some tournaments with and stuff. But Games Workshop axed that, and I cannot do it. I'm so sad. I'm so angry. But that brings me to like a little topic I want to talk about. You know, how are you taking it when your sort of like units that you love are just going to get axed? You know, one of the things that a lot of Dark Eldar players ask me is Beast Pack, like Court of the Archon, Grotesques, Uri and Rakarth. You know, do I put the effort into building, converting, finding, sourcing, or purchasing those units when they might just disappear at like with no warning? They're just like, oh, this unit is no longer valid. I think that's one of my little pet peeves with like Games Workshop. I love the game. I love the miniatures they make. I understand from a business perspective that they have to cycle through the line of miniatures they make. But there's something about playing with miniatures that you've owned for a long time. Like the fact that I can still play with miniatures like my Land Raider Crusader that I built and painted when I was like 13, 25 years ago, and it's still a valid miniature means something to me. It means that that love, that effort that I put into that unit when I was that old, and I still get to play with it today, all the memories associated with that unit. I understand that the generation of players and gamers continually shifts and moves forward. I just wish it was done with a little bit more tact. Like a press release saying, hey, by the way, Dark Eldar players, the Tantalus is no longer going to be available soon for your use. Now, if they decide to do it something in plastic, it'd be cool if they gave us some sort of hint. Hey, we're thinking of making an even cooler kit, so worry not, or this is not going to be invalidated. I have a Patreon that literally went to Warhammer World like this past weekend, not this weekend, like the weekend before, just before they removed it, and bought a Tantalus and was showcasing it on the Patreon Discord like painting page and stuff. And it was just so like heart-wrenching to see I can't use it anymore. But at least a tournament near him is going to let him use it for like tournament, which is good. Look, I'm rambling, but what I want to say is that I feel you, Deathwatch players. Maybe we should write an angry letter to Games Workshop. I feel you, Orc players. I feel you, Guard players. All the players that have put effort and love and time and money into building and painting kits that then, poof, disappear into the ether. Well, it's the time for the Tantalus to run or fly away into a webway gate, only to return on special occasions. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. I'm on a road trip, on a journey to be the #1 ITC player in the world. I'm going to be going to the Manchester GT in a couple of weeks. So make sure you come over and say hi if you're out there. And after all, a huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. Without you, I can't do what I do. So thank you so much to the Patreon supporters. Of course, the links are down in the description below. I've been Skari, your grateful host, signing off until next time. The Dark Kin. By Tantalus. By Tantalus. By Tantalus.